Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me well. Hatum, Chintani, hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can hear.
Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear.
thank you very much, guys. Welcome back to SLASCOM Quality Forum webinar series that we conduct bi-weekly. Today, we are going to discuss something different. Last week, we had a session on GDPR, and we discussed about how it will impact to Sri Lankan enterprises. Today, we are going to discuss on a topic which is essential to build a culture of quality within your teams. The topic is building blocks for creating a culture of quality. Under this session, we will be discussing on several areas like what is quality-driven culture, why do we need a quality-driven culture, and how we can build, what are the building blocks of quality, culture of quality, and steps to build a culture. In order to do this session, today we have Chintani Disanayaka. She's heading the quality assurance department in Cantel Lanka, and she's having around 15 years of experience in the field of software quality engineering. And she has hands-on experience in both manual and automated test streams. She has been leading and guiding the multiple teams for last 15 years in various companies. Without further ado, I would like to hand over this session to Chintani to discuss about the things that we should follow in order to discuss about the building blocks for creating a culture of quality. Over to you, Chintani.
Thank you, Tarinder. Good evening, everyone. And in this session, I will discuss about what is culture of quality and why it is important and how we can build it. So before moving forward, I will introduce myself. I'm Chintani Disanayaka, head of quality assurance at Cantel Lanka. And you can see my contact, so you can contact me if you want need. And what I believe is product quality should be built in from the day one. That is not something that you can build or inject it into a product in a latter part of delivery. So that is where this culture of quality is important. And in Cantel, where we do medical software development, and quality is a key thing when it comes to medical software development, especially because you're dealing with the human. So let's move into the session, and we'll see what is quality-driven culture. So what is quality-driven culture? It's actually a culture or environment. What is there? The team members should be genuinely care about the quality of their work. That means that they should not do their work, or they should not focus on quality just because somebody else is instructing or somebody else is monitoring them. They should have a genuine interest to improve the quality of their work or quality of their output. That is a key thing. So it should be in bed with the team, and that will lead to a good quality product. Also, it should be started from the day one. Then the second thing. So team members have genuine care, and also they should take all their decisions related to their work by thinking about the quality. So each and every action they're taking should focus on the quality, and which should lead to deliver a quality products. So that is the two key points. In nutshell, all team members genuinely work towards to achieve quality goals. That is what I mean by the quality-driven culture. why we need to have a culture like that? Why we need to have a team that fully focus on the quality? So let's find out. Why do we need a culture of quality? So this is I have taken from HBR. It says a company with a highly developed culture of quality spend on 46% less annually for fixing mistakes than a company with a poorly developed one. So it says you save a lot of money or cost saving. So which will lead to improve your organization, which will lead to eventually improve your lives. So, and also your customers. Let's apply this to a software context. Just think you, if you make a mistake and come back and fix it. We all know as a quality engineers, it says, okay, it is costly when the bug is found by the latter part of the development stage. So just think that you have your team is just focusing on the code that they are doing and just focusing on the test cases they have written, and they don't feel that genuine feeling is not there that they should deliver a good product. You will miss 46% of your mistakes. Yes, mistakes can't be omitted. There might be a some set of mistakes will lead, but 46% is a huge amount. So by developing a quality-driven culture, you can eliminate 46% of your mistakes. That is what HBR says. And why we think we need to have this kind of thing? Because if you don't deliver a quality product, it will be costly. Also, in money, and also your company reputation will go down. Just think, in this one incident, you release a defect, or it might lead to a failure in the production, and your customer care, or maybe the your customers care might have to involve. Then also customers' time, your actual customers' time has to spend. If then when it passed to your level, you have to investigate it to find out where the issue is and whether it's a data issue or configuration issue or it's a code level thing. So you have to do a lot of investigation, and once you find out the issue, because you have done a release and you are out of the context, and when the bug is there, you have to go into detail which has been fixed or which has been developed some time back. Then there's a context switching cost, and then you need to fix it and test it and re-release. That cost is there. So if we can, in each and every defect that we release to production, will have this cost. And if you just think we release 100 defects to production this year, and if we can reduce it by 46%, that means 46 bugs, if we can eliminate, that's a lot. That's a lot of time saving. That's a lot of cost saving, and also you will feel proud about you because you are owning that, the quality of the product. So that is why we need to have a quality culture, quality-driven culture. So then we need to find out, okay, we know why we need it and what is the quality-driven culture. And now we'll find out how we are going to build it. So in here, I'm going to talk about 6 building blocks that will help you to build this kind of a culture. So first one is setting out the clear set of values and leadership, emphasis on quality, set up processes and structures, increase engagement, employee engagement, set up rewarding mechanism, and continual improvement. So these are some, I'm not telling these are the only 6 points, but these are the main key points that which help you to build a quality-driven culture. So let's find out one by one, and we'll go into the details. So first building block, set goals and values. What it means? You need to define first. You need to define. So you are just think you are not from nowhere, and you need to define what quality means, because quality means to you might be different quality mean to another company or another team. You need to define what quality means, and you need then from that you need to set the goals for the organization or maybe your team. So basically, you should be having a vision, and based on that vision, you need to derive goals, objectives, and also measurement criteria, KPIs mainly. So some of the KPIs might be very simple. Just think something like how many number of bugs you can have for a 1,000 lines of code. That can be your one of goal. We'll say one defect per 1,000 line of code, or maybe a unit test coverage, or maybe the performance guideline that your team has to achieve, or maybe that is something that customer expect, your product performance. It might be concurrent user load, or it might be how many hits per particular action. Just take shopping cart. We had similar incidents. Is a shopping cart application. How much of load that you expect? That can be one of the goals that you, whatever you release has to be go through that particular criteria and find out whether we are failing. That's a simple goal. Or else you can have a very high level goals depending on your need. And also, then educate the team members about the goals. You set the goals, but if you haven't educated the team properly, they don't know what you are going to achieve as an organization or team, you will not get support. And you need to tell why we need to achieve as well. So educate the team members about your vision, about your goals, about your objective, and also how we are going to measure. So just keep it in mind. If you know how we are going to measure, that will be a key point which will I discuss in the latter part of slides. So you know your goals, values. Then what? Then leadership should emphasize on quality. What it means? You have the values, you have the goals, and criteria. So this is again linked with the first one. Then leadership. As a leadership, they should clearly communicate about the importance of the quality. It might be something that I have stated or something else. Why it is important for your team or your organization. It will be clearly communicated. Then only the people will feel the importance of the quality. Also, there can be gaps. That means you convey a message and your team might not be understood it correctly. Or there might be gaps. Then leadership should be able to clear the gaps and make sure everybody understand equally what they mean. Equally. And that will be a key point when we are rolling out this kind of process. Because everyone should be in the same page. The third point, the ensuring message criteria, credibility. So what it means? So sometimes you set the goals and you communicate it, but your team might say, okay, this is not doable, or your team might say it's not applicable. So there should be a room for any delivery unit or team or anybody in your organization within your unit to customize the quality goals according to their function. That will ensure that they own the quality goals. Also, that will be ensure you set the correct guideline. It doesn't mean that they can deviate from the main objectives. No, it's not. They should be aligned with your main objectives or the goals, but they can customize. Just think your support team might have different quality goals and than your development team. It's a customization. But your main goal might be 0 bucks. So there should be your team should be able to customize based on their delivery units or teams. So then you have full support from the leadership side. Then what? Then you need processes and structures. So you have the goals, leadership has been communicated, and then the next thing, you need to you need to have well-defined standard and processes. Why we need the standard and processes? When we work as a team, everyone thinks different. So standards and processes will make sure everybody work according to some kind of guidelines. Because otherwise quality standards or the deliverable standards will be different to one to another. One person's quality will be different than the other person's quality. The process they are following, we allow to follow their own process, one person might be efficiently working and other person maybe not working. So we need to define process and standards aligned to the quality goals. And if there might be when you are set those processes and guidelines the first time, there might be issues. Not real issues, there might be improvement points. So you need to go back and fix it. So that is there. And that is why we have to make sure continuous those standards and processes, even the goals, continuously revised, revisited, and update if needed. So some examples about the setups and processes and structure. Team communication structure, maybe the team structure, and maybe roles and responsibilities. That means they just think you have a DevOps engineer that is assigned to your team, and in the case of absence of in a case that that person cannot attend to your task due to maybe absent or high priority task, there should be a backup person. When it happens, team should not be thinking much. They should be able to know, okay, who's the next person, and you have to be very clear about the roles. So that is the one thing that I can clearly say, okay, you need to have instructor. And when something happens, they should be able to say, escalate to whom they should info. That is also one thing that we can tell as example. So now you have set up everything. Okay, you set up the goals, leadership communicated, and you have the structures. So back the foundation is there. But next point will be the key point that will, based on this, the fourth point, you will get to know whether you are fully aligned to quality, culture of quality, culture of quality or not, what it is. Building block 5, 4, increasing employee engagement. This is the key thing. This is the most important thing. If you fail to do this, you will never build a quality-driven culture in your organization or within your team. So you need to empower employees, and you need to make sure they feel ownership. That means increase the ownership. So how? Team should be connected to bigger picture. That means they should see the full picture. They should be able to understand how they are connected to the business. Employees should empower to take decisions towards to achieving quality. Maybe it's good to create opportunities for employees to observe and recognize quality action, even it fails outside the guideline. So then they will feel empowered. So they think that what they believe is believed by your team or your organization. There should be a room to suggest improvements. Also, when someone identified an issue and shared, we should take it very positively, and if it is improve the quality, we should be able to apply it. Otherwise, people see no point in sharing. So that is a bad thing. If your team member thinks that there's no point of sharing what they learn or what they believe, you will not have a good engagement, and they just do what management or your team leads says. So that is a bad thing. So you need to encourage people to suggest uh, and improve your process, as well as make suggestions to improve the quality. And this will lead to ownership, and this will lead to genuine care, because they feel what they are doing is valuable by knowing the big picture, and also they feel uh, they they have a voice on improving the quality. So that is critical. So, but it doesn't mean everything can be changed by your team. No, you have to align with your visions, and critical areas might be guided to a senior person, and that is there. So, but team should feel they own it. They do the delivery, they own the delivery. Then they will feel every action they are doing is toward quality, or uh, to achieving their goals. So that is why I'm telling this is the turning point. When you have the proper structure, proper leadership communication, and all the visions, goals set up. But if your employees or team members are not engaged, you can't move forward. So let's say your employees or the team members engaged in your process or your culture, and then what? Then you need to have a set up a rewarding mechanism. So that means your rewarding mechanism uh, should be very transparent, and right behaviors should be rewarded. Also, it should be performance-based rewarding. And when you are rewarding, again you are deriving from your rewards should be derived from your visions or mutual or goals or KPI, and the person or the team who's getting rewarded should feel that they have done something to improving goals or objectives, or achieving they have done something to achieve KPIs. So not only them, the team members around them should feel the same. The person or the team rewarded because they have done something to improve the quality. And again, it should be performance-based rewards. So then you have the rewarding mechanism. Then we move to the last point. So you have ongoing process. You set up your goals in leadership communicated, and your team engaged, and whoever done a good job, you reward it. It's there. So you are acting, you are having a good quality driven culture. But this is the point that it makes sure whether your quality driven culture is long lasting. Why? You, anything you set up has to be revised, and there should be necessary adjustment time. You should be doing necessary adjustment time to time, because this particular year standard might be different than next year. After 5 years, you might be having different standards, because business world is expanding, and you might deviate your business or different things. Every day you have to revise and update. And that point is aligned with the point number 1. Discuss the quality improvements as a routine. Why it is this? Yes, it's changing. Even if testing it's not changing, but there should be a culture or the habit that built inside the team to discuss the quality improvement when we do a release, or when we are doing a testing, or else when we are doing the designing, coding or designing. They should talk how we can improve. Last time we have done this, and there might be some failure. We have seen some failures, and we should do it in a different way to improve our standards. So that discussion should be happen as a routine. Should happen frequently, and it should be habit, not because we have these team structures. They should, okay, it might not be the after a release you have a retrospective meeting. That is not the what I mean. Whenever you see an improvement, you need to take care of it. That's what when you see something as a habit, you need to improve. And also, your team or you should be able to use set of tools which leads to quality improvements. When I say like this, you might be wondering what. Maybe it's a deployment tool or DevOps tool that you can say, okay, Jenkins, maybe SonarQube, or some kind of automation, front-end automation tool, or maybe JUnit that you use for unit testing. So team should be able to continuously investigate what are the available tools to improve their quality. Okay, so this will lead to another thing. But I say, okay, you have to build a culture of quality just to achieve the product standards of quality. So if you have a tools, the time or the effort that you need to spend for focusing on quality is low. And why? But in the other hand, it will not make any leakage or the loopholes. Why? Okay, you have a proper testing, you have a proper unit testing tools, and you measure your testing coverage and the rules through the SonarQube. And it will automatically measure your quality when you are doing a build. So that will save some time from you. And if it is depending on how you integrate it, then you might spend some time initially to configure and make it happen, but after that it's automatically every day, every time you run that job or execute it, you will get the rate, and it's automatic. Then the time that you have taken is paid off, and also the time that you have saved can be utilized for another improvement, or maybe another automation task like this, or else something that you have to think and make it happen. Just think you wanted to do kind of let's say you wanted to do some kind of ad hoc testing, and you have an automation tool that do your full regression. Then you don't have to do a regression manually. So you can do your ad hoc testing using by planning it, or as maybe expert testing, not that type of testing, something like that. So use quality improvement tools is another key factor you need to continuously do it, because for the time being we have a lot of tools that will lead to automate things, and which leads to improvements of quality. So these are for actually the 6 point, the 6 building blocks is for the future, or I would say if you continue like this, your quality level will move one to another, because every day you improve your quality and you use your tools to make it faster. So I have discussed all 6 points. So let's go back and find out what I have discussed. So we have discussed about the setting goals and values, and the first point. And the second point as a leadership emphasize on quality. And third point, set up processes and structures. And fourth point as increase employee engagement. And set up rewarding mechanism. The last point as continuous improvement. So if you follow these steps, also follow these, if you use these, follow the steps, and also use these building blocks, you will be able to build a culture that leads to a quality output, or your culture will be quality focused. In other terms, culture of quality. So I hope you will use these building blocks for your teams, or within your organization, or within your teams, to improve your quality standards and build culture of quality. So questions?
If you guys have any questions to be asked, you may raise it now. You can speak and raise it to Chintani if you have anything to be clarified.
Yes, I got one message from Kasu. So his question is, can you please elaborate on setup, process, and structures? So let's move to that slide. So, so if you don't have a process, so and structure, the process means the way you have to follow. Let me Let me think about an example. Just think you are doing a cloud deployment, and you might be doing the first set of dev testing in your development environment, maybe locally or maybe again in a VM, which is hosted in cloud, and you know where you are going to do it and how much deep that you need to do the testing. So that is something with the process, like, okay, you define how much testing or what kind of a testing you are doing, or what is your execution. Okay, just think unit testing, you execute the unit testing on your development environment and make sure everything passes. So that is one of the criteria that you need to check before moving to the next stage. We say we have a dev environment, pre-production and production. So dev environment, you make sure you have all the unit testing execution and your all the functional testing. And maybe another process guideline that you can say, okay, you have a preset predefined data set created on your pre-production. So then you know, okay, you push the code. You know, okay, for the before, because data might change, your structures might change. So you know, okay, when there's a pre-set up data, how it impacted to the latest feature. So in your process, you have defined, you should be able to define, okay, you should set up your unit testing there and execute it, and no failures, no code rule violation, or no failures in unit testing, and so on. Then another thing, you need to have a proper set of data before you move into the pre-production, something like that. And I have seen Udara, if I'm not mistaken, Udara has raised his hand, but I cannot see any question from him.
Chintan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, nice to talk to you after a long time. It was a very nice presentation. So I have just one question. Now, when we are setting up the quality culture, how you change the people's mindset to bring that quality? What sort of things that we can do?
Yes, good question, Udara. Yes, that, as I said, it's the hardest thing and it's a key thing. You will not be able to do it overnight. It will take maybe 1 or 2 years to change the people's mind, because as a human, we are reluctant to change. It's inbuilt with all of us. So how we are going to change is you have to roll out this slowly. Maybe you set the first quality standard and let them to own it. You said, let me think about something. You said, say,
Chintani, are you still there?
yeah, sorry. So I'm thinking example, nothing comes to my mind anyway. So you can say something like this, you just think your team is going to build, release something to production, but they might be working towards to it just because you have some kind of a timeline to achieve, or the management focus. And what if we say, okay, you can use, just think one, and you have other term, you might be wanted to automate their suits, regression suits. So you can give them a chance or the opportunity to select a tool. They do their research and they will come up with a lot of tools, and they have to find out what is the best tool. And they have to suggest how you are going to implement, and how we are going to how they are going to make sure it will impact to your quality. So you can guide them, but let them to decide. Let them to decide how that how part. You said, okay, you wanted to go there. How you want to go there? Let them to decide. So they feel the ownership because it's their suggestions. If we suggest, it's somebody else suggests, and you have to do it. But if they suggest and they have to do it, they feel the ownership. So how we have to change the team's mindset is, we have to let them to suggest things and make them own it. When they own it, if it is their baby, they will make sure it's the baby is healthy. So let them to own it, and that's why I'm telling let them to come with the suggestions. So it might be process improvement, or maybe another tool introducing. So keep them engaged in the delivery. Welcome their ideas. So if you welcome their ideas and keep them engaged, slowly they will feel they are part of this process, not just another person or employee of the company. So if they are part of the process, and also another point, they should see the big picture. Otherwise, if they see only their part, they don't feel what they are doing. They should see the big picture. So those are the key things, as I think. So their engagement, they feel that they are the other management or the team leads hear them. That will make their mindset change. So once it will happen slowly, but you need to keep on doing it. It will happen after some time, but not overnight. So if you don't have that mindset, it will take time. I hope I give you some insight, some examples.
Yeah, thank you, Chintan.
Does anyone else have any questions for Chintan?
Yeah, there's another one. How BA and PM can engage on this. So PM role definitely it's guiding. So it's a support. Actually, PM is not delivering directly, not involving with the delivery. So they can support for process, setting up the process structures, and make sure the team members' voice is heard. So in that way, PM can engage to improve the culture. So when it comes to BA, I think what you mean by BA is owning the requirement. So when it comes to the requirement, That is a key thing, because requirement quality, if the BA is not documenting the requirement or not not documenting the requirement, we will develop a wrong product. Also, even the BA documented the requirement correctly, we might not deliver a correct product if there are communication gaps. So BA is a key thing, because so their quality outcome, if their outcome or their work is their outcome is quality, that means that they have correctly documented, they have correct discussed it discuss with team members properly, then it will leads to quality delivery. That's what I think. Okay. So there's another one. Can you talk about confidence in a QA a bit as well, if not much of the trouble? I don't the Kasun, there's a question you have raised. It says, can you talk about the confidence in a QA? So what do you mean by that? Confident in a QA means, sorry, I don't understand you. Okay. So the if the QA person is lacking confidence. Okay. So lacking confidence means that is not related to the culture directly. Here we talk about how we can build the culture. So I think it's related to that person, and we have to handle it separately. So in an overall picture, that is something that we have to handle in a way that they can properly guided. So the person should be properly guided. Other than that, it's not, what I feel, it is not related to the culture of quality, because if everybody raise voice and lack of confidence, then it's a problem with the existing culture. If one person, we have to take it separately and address it.
Does anyone have any other questions to be asked? I hope not. I guess then that will conclude the session, I guess, Chintani, that if there are no any other questions from the audience.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, cool. So over to you, Pathum.
Okay. Hi. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Chintani, especially to doing this session on behalf of SLASCOM, and it was a great insight. I think all participants had a number of questions on what has been discussed, and we have been able to answer their questions. So thank you a lot, Chindani, for coming on board on this initiative, and also like to thank you all for participating on this event, and we look forward for your participation on our future events. And please take a bit of time to fill in the feedback survey, which will be sent to you all in a bit. And again, thank you for your time, and have a good evening. Thanks and cheers.
Thank you very much, guys. See you again in another session like this. Thank you, Chintani.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. Good night. Bye-bye.